Hey there, this is Mike from Adventures in Flight. Thank you very much for joining me for this video presentation. As always, I appreciate you taking time to be able to join me for these videos. So today's feature is me flying the DJI Neo 2 in Galveston, Texas. Um, that was recorded on May 31st. This video features me flying the drone out over the Gulf and making some turns around, looking at the area, and basically just seeing how nimble this particular drone is, since it's so small and can just maneuver around quite easily. So with that being said, let's get to it. And let's get to the video that was recorded on that day. Oh, wait a minute, no sound. That would be a problem. So what you're looking at right here is the hotel that my wife and I stayed at. This is the Grand Galvez Hotel on Galveston Island. This is a wonderful place. The decor is early 1920s America. It is such a unique hotel, great hotel, cannot recommend it enough. It is truly great. So if you're ever in Galveston, try to stay there. This is the best place there. All right. Let's get to the actual video of the flight. I'm going to take myself out of this picture now. All right, so I'm basically evaluating the situation here, and you'll notice in the background that you're going to see all types of birds flying around. There are pelicans, and there are a lot of seagulls, as you can see right there. One comes very close to the drone. So where you see the pinkish umbrellas is the private beach for the hotel. So my goal is not to fly over there and not to fly where all of these individuals are. Now, you're going to see that I'm constantly adjusting my height because of the seagulls. The seagulls are all over the place, and they are coming to you at many different angles. So I'm going to raise things up here just a bit. I'm going to start. Going to head toward the Gulf. Again, the colors that this little drone is picking up look pretty sharp. Now, granted, this is not an Air 3S or any advanced drone, but it is quite remarkable. Now, again, I'm trying to dodge potential seagulls in the area, which is why you see that, obviously. Hello, Mr. Seagull, and your pack of brothers and sisters. But they are all over the place here. So obviously, if you ever get a chance to fly in Galveston, you need to exercise caution. All right. And there are a lot of people walking up and down the sidewalks. In fact, one of the cool things that I encountered was a mom and her son. They came up to me after I completed this recorded and were asking me questions about flying drones, and they were genuinely interested in what I was doing. So certainly, you know, you want to share the hobby with other people and expand its reach. So again, here are the pink umbrellas. Again, the goal is to stay away from them. All right, so I am attempting to head out to this walkway. And then I'm going to say, you know what, let's just go over the Gulf. So here we go. And again, right now you're about to see a helicopter pass by. So this is an area that has a lot of low-flying aircraft because there is a hospital nearby. There's also military installation. And I actually did apply to get Lance approval for this flight because it's on the borderline of a restricted zone. Obviously, I did not keep my elevation very high, but right now we are over the Gulf and we are flying out. Again, you can see just all of the seagulls. out and about. And I wanted to stay low to the ground just to make sure that I had some maneuverability. Now I'm going to head back. Again, you can see the Hotel Galvez there. And there's that little bridge, walkway, pier type thing. So I'm heading back. And I want to try to avoid these people. And I also want to avoid the private area. And I am heading back toward myself. Again, you can just see all these birds all over. So, all right. So what I wanted to do was basically give a 360-degree view, and obviously you can see the hotel. Again, great architecture. I wanted to do an orbit around the hotel, but there were so many people checking in and checking out that I really didn't want to create any disturbances or anything of that nature. So I kept my distance, stayed on this side of the road. Obviously, this road has a lot of traffic, and I did not want to cross the street while flying. So, in the background there, over the hotel, you can see the pelicans go by. The pelicans are, they were flying in packs, and I'm sure there is a more technical term for that. But again, you'll see me do a loop around. Again, here's the private beach. I'm going to head out a little here. There is a family that is taking pictures in this little lifeguard cabana. There is not a lifeguard there at the moment. Now, the day that I flew in Galveston, the winds were actually pretty decent, so it was an easy day to fly. Over here in the distance, this is one of the things I wanted to try to capture, and I'm going to back up because I got a little too close to the private beach. There's an amusement park down there with obviously a roller coaster and a Ferris wheel and all that kind of fun stuff that amusement parks generally have. I don't know the name of the amusement park, but anyway, so another 360. And my apologies if you get dizzy from this, but there's more than just one purpose with doing the loop around. I also wanted to make sure that, again, I'm avoiding birds, making sure that I clearly see that there are no seagulls or pelicans in the area that could impact my flight. So I'm going to try to figure out what I'm going to do here. And again, there's another seagull. And I'm likely going to change my path here. Of course I am. I'm going to fly out over, I thought I was going to fly out over this walkway, but again, this was recorded on May 31st. That seems like a century ago. Compared to the date that I'm recording this on, which is June 6th. So again, we're looking at this little causeway. Now we're flying back to myself. Now, again, the Neo 2 has a limited battery life. So obviously you want to be cautious about what you do in terms of your flight and everything of that nature. And right now, I believe I've pressed the return to home button. At least that's what I think I've done. Not 100% sure. Actually, I have not. I've not done that yet. But the Neo 2 does have a very short battery life, and you have to be so cautious about flying with this drone, and you obviously need to make sure that you are within reasonable distance of your home location so that you do not run out of battery power in a dangerous location. Like if I'd flown over the Gulf and the battery went out, that would be goodbye Neo 2. But anyway, I am landing, and now I have resumed or begun flight number 2. So I've inserted another battery. That's the thing that you're going to have to keep in mind with this particular drone. You're going to have to replace batteries on a frequent basis because, quite frankly, the battery life is very limited. So again, we're taking a look at the amusement park and some type of building that extends over the beach. I don't know what that is, but we pretty much kept to the hotel. There was a very good restaurant in there. I can't remember its name, but very good restaurant. There's also a good bar in there too. So all good things. So again, looking at this particular shot, you can see some of the color contrast. And again, the Neo 2 is doing such a great job with this. Again, here's another low-flying helicopter. Again, that was one of the reasons why I put in the request for the Lance approval. My Lance approval was for 300 feet, but as you can tell, I am nowhere near 300 feet. I am right at maybe about 50 feet, 60 feet. I am by no means going to be climbing up that high with all of the traffic that's going on in the air. So now I'm going to make another flight over the Gulf. Now, I thought this was really cool to fly out here. I know when I was in Florida for the South Florida drone meetup, I basically did not venture out too far over the water, but I ventured far enough to be able to retrieve my drone if I needed to. Again, there's someone and their dog, another seagull, and obviously I want to avoid all of those obstacles along the way. And you can see the shadow of a bird. So again, this is all part of the issue here. And of course, you know, you've got people on the sidewalk, so you don't want to interfere with them, and everyone's looking at me wondering who is this crazy man and all of that. But I'm obviously talking and there are no sounds coming out, which is probably the best way that my video should be. So anyway, I'm giving a dissertation here. I don't remember what I was saying, but you can see there's a little bit of wind, and the Neo 2 is doing a little bit of bouncing. But oh, and that even makes me dizzy. All right, well, watch this video at your own risk. Don't have a hangover or anything like that, because if you do, it's probably going to make your head hurt. So there's your warning. Again, we're going to climb up a bit. I thought I was going to land at this particular point, but I decided I was going to fly again. Another view of the Grand Galvez Hotel. It's a Marriott in the Marriott family, so keep that in mind if you're a Bonvoy member. Great hotel. Obviously, again, I stop at the street. I do not want to cross the street because this road, which I believe is called Stormwater Road, I think. Don't hold me to that, but this road is so busy. It's kind of like A1A in Florida and the various parts of Florida where there is an A1A. So obviously you have to exercise caution with that. There I am talking more nonsense. And I think this video is coming to an end. Oh, mercifully. Mercifully. All right. Let's put me back in the shot. There we go. All right. So anyway, just a quick little tour around the beach in Galveston. Obviously, I have said this many times, then, well, several times. I've only flown the Neo 2, I guess, for a grand total of 4 times. And I've used the RC2 controller, similar to this, um, each time. There is going to be a time where I will break out the goggles and give that a try. And I'll also use some of the automated features without a remote. That's one of the cool things about this particular drone. There are 4 ways to fly it. Um, so keep that in mind if you do have one of these drones or are interested in obtaining one of these. But this is, I think, in all honesty, it's probably the perfect travel drone. And I'll say this because of its lightweight nature, so you don't have to worry about the 250-gram requirement in most states or countries, which is a good thing. Secondly, you don't have to register it with the FAA, but I generally register all my drones anyway, just for transparency purposes. And then, of course, the ability to use all different types of controls. But being able to fly around and be able to get from one point to another and be able to capture some really good video with this drone is really a hallmark of this particular um, device. So again, I recommend it. No one's paying me to say that, but I certainly recommend it. All right, well, I'm going to close things out here. And again, um, if you are a subscriber to the channel, I truly appreciate you being a part of this. As always, thank you. And I do appreciate you being a part of the channel. Thank you as always. And if you are not already a member of the channel, I do invite you to subscribe and be able to see more videos like this. So with that being said, we're going to close it out. If you could give me a thumbs up, that would be appreciated as well. All right. This is Mike with Adventures in Flight. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for enduring this almost silent video, but I appreciate your time. Thank you, and bye for now.